Hello, my name is Janet McVitie, and I am serving on Jebinessa's PhD dissertation committee. I first met Jebinessa Chapola 9 or 10 years ago in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. She was dropping her partner off for a course on outdoor education, which he was taking. Immediately, I recognized her as a woman of power. While her husband was working on his PhD, Jebinessa cared for the family, including their 2 daughters, who are people to watch. They are amazing. Jebinessa began life in Bangladesh. They had met while both were on scholarship in Norway. After marrying, they moved to the United States, where their 2 older daughters were born. They have since had a third, who is just over 2 years old. In all the countries they have lived in, other than their country of origin, the dominant religion is Christian, and the dominant color is white. Not one of these countries embraces new immigrants, especially those of color, and they face discrimination in their country of origin. In her first few years in Saskatoon, to allow for greater creative release, Jebinessa initiated a radio show with Saskatoon's community radio. The show was for the Bangladeshi diaspora in Saskatoon, providing a mix of culture, language, and to address issues of concern. One thing that Jebinessa quickly noticed was the racism in Saskatoon, in Canada, from recent immigrants and white settlers against Indigenous peoples. Often on her show, she featured Indigenous activists and academics who talked about how racism works, their experiences with racism, about colonization, and about systemic racism. This must have resonated for many of the people in her audience who were also experiencing systemic racism and who could relate to the colonization that had taken place in their countries. Jebinessa's research is her life. She lives and breathes creating positive communities. She works to make life better for all. As a transnational woman from a colonized country who has moved to and adopted a colonized country, she has taken on the task of making the world a happier, healthier place through her community activism, her research, and the way she is raising her daughters. Jebinessa's research is autoethnography, drawing on the transcripts of many of her radio shows, demonstrating movements being made towards resolving and addressing racism. Jebinessa's research has implications for the community. Her work with community radio, with the group of transnational women, with artists, and with the community garden that she worked to set up and brought cultural programming to. She is modeling approaches that can be taken to bring people together, to address systemic racism, to value women and their work, to open minds to diversity, while also honoring the land. By publishing the approach that she has negotiated with her communities, she is showing how this kind of work can be done, always sensitive to context, always honoring, and always bringing people together to grow in peace. Thank you.